To be back again. Now, let's quickly introduce her guest we have for today. Today we have an amazing person. Like I said, she's a fashionista, she's an entrepreneur, and of course, she runs her business for quite a while now. She goes by the name Olajumoke James Sampson. She is the CEO of Amoye Travels Limited. Well, at the same time, she's also a fashionista. But let's first get to see her first. Let's have Amoye on the screen. Amoye rather, the CEO. Can we have her? Hi. Hello, Olajumoke. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, like we said, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of business, and you're already ready to dive into it because it's something that I think a lot of people do not know about. They just want to go into business because they see people are making it big, building houses, buying cars, and they just want to be like them, but not knowing that it takes a lot to actually run a business, own a business, and, still make it continuously successful. So I think my first question is going to start from the fact that people do not know that there are strategies to having a successful business. That, which of course there are the pros and the cons to that. But first, what do you think is the first strategy if you really want to have a successful business in Nigeria, especially in this economy? What is the first successful strategy you need to have in place before starting a business, especially as a woman? We're coming from a woman angle. Especially as a woman, what should it be?
Okay, so this question is like something that when I answer, it applies to, in fact, every arms of business. Now, no matter the type of business you want to start, whether it is a service-based business, a product-based business, agriculture, farming, whatever kind of business it is, the real first thing you need to do as a prospective business owner is to get knowledge about that business. You do not want to start a business on trial and error. Like, one of your biggest mistake will be to plan to learn on the job. Now, you don't want to do that to yourself. So the first thing you want to do is get knowledge. If there is somewhere you know that when you go there, they are going to give you all the details, the secrets, whatever it is that is involved, go there. If it involves paying to get this knowledge, get it. I mean, that's why some of us go to school, get degrees and all of that. But we all know that the theories that are taught in school is not going to be exactly what is going to help you. So the real first thing to do is to get knowledge about that business that you want. So you want to learn from people who have succeeded, people who are growing, people who have, of course, made the kind of millions you're looking for. You want to find someone that is successful doing that business and learn from them.
Of course, that is thriving. Now, what was your motivation? Like, what motivation did you have? Now, why my question is like this is because a lot of people have a reason, like I said, a reason why they want to go into business. Some will be like, well, 9 to 5 is not working. Doing all this extra job is not working, but business, you have your own daily income, you can easily travel, you can have time for yourself. So yes, those things are also part of the things you should have as motivation to go into business. But what do you think should be the right, maybe the right source or the right aim, objectivity for going into business, so that sometimes, like when the challenges come, you don't have to just lock up and like, okay, you're done, and you just let the business go. So what do you think should be your right inspiration or motivation to actually start a business? Like, you have to put that this is my motivation. If this is not your motivation, if it's not around these things, just let it go. What could those things be?
Okay. My answer to this may be quite surprising, but there's something I'll tell you. They will tell you, do the business you have passion for. The passion will keep you going on the hard days. But I can tell you the truth that passion has never scaled any business. Okay, you need to have passion for the business, but that has never been what scaled the business. So you see, the fear of poverty is enough motivation to start a business. If that is what is your driving force and it is your motivation to start a business, it is a good motivation. The point is, you must start it properly. When you've learned to start it properly, even if your motivation is now passion, is now this, it works. But that passion alone from experience is not going to help your business scale. So yes, whatever your passion is to starting a business, it is important to start the business properly, start it right. So that whatever passion you're putting, whatever motivation it is, whether it is you just like to do this business or whether it is you want to make money from it, you get to achieve that.
Much for that response. I'll pick up from there, but we need to go for a sure gratitude is a lot of questions. But before I allow gratitude, I need to ask one more question. Can we have it, please? All right. Olajumoke, you said something, and this is not the first time I've heard that statement of people saying that don't want to start a business. And you ask them, like, why are you still in business? They're all scared. And their fear is, I don't want to be poor. I'm scared of poverty. They don't want to get there. Like they've been there. It's like they've been there before, or they've seen someone who has been there before where it is difficult to have 3 square meals and you're probably, managing yourself. They don't even want to get to that point. So, and like you said, that is one major reason why people should, want to start a business, which is the proper way, aside from passion. Now, do you think there's a possibility to merge both never wanting to be poor and passion together? Is that another best strategy to start up a business and maintain a business?
Yes, of course. Because, like I said, passion is good, but it is not enough. Now, if running from poverty meets passion, because of course, nobody wants to be poor. When the days are really hard, the passion keeps you going. And of course, when your passion seems like, oh, am I doing this right? You remember that, no, we need to escape poverty. So it drives you, it pushes you, it motivates you to make sure you succeed.
Motivate you to succeed, and success is all that we ever want, even as a human, not just about women. Well, gratitude, over to you.
Yes, Olajumoke, it's so nice to have you here. So my question is going to stem from strategies when it comes to business. And you know that so many people are actually getting it wrong. Number one is actually trying to pick their target audience, trying to know where where to channel their engagement, channel their marketing. So how are business owners going to develop their marketing strategy which works for them? Because we have the on-field marketing, we have the online marketing. Now when it comes to business, which do you think works for most brands, and how can they actually start up something, even if it has to be from the local marketing strategy or the online marketing, which is the e-commerce?
Okay, so is it 2025? And as much as a lot of people want to say the old way of marketing works, you cannot shy away from online marketing in 2025. There is no way around it. Okay, the traditional ways, word of mouth and all these things, they still work. But if you need to penetrate the markets in 2025, you need to have a viable online presence, like viable, not just there, but, really working. So it's not about, we just open a page, we leave it there, nothing is happening there. You want to have a very active online presence such that when your word of mouth gets to someone and they quickly go and check, they can see, oh, okay, this person is here. It gives them reassurance. And of course, your offline marketing is still not going to be left abandoned. You're going to make both of them work hand in hand. I mean, we've seen how just one tweet, just one reels can actually blow a business from 0 to 1 million. So, of course, you don't want to start a business in 2025 and say, what are they even doing online? If you don't understand it, hire someone that does. Don't be too, stingy in spending money on your business because you're thinking, what is even going to happen there? When you do ads, you know that it is not all of your ads that convert, but you do not know which one is going to convert until you do it. So you do not want to let online marketing as much as offline marketing in 2025. You want to take both of them very seriously.
Your target audience, because this is another issue for most entrepreneurs, understanding your market audience. What are the steps to take to actually understand that, oh, this is where I'm supposed to channel my engagement to? Because so many times we see so many business owners, for example, someone selling jewelries or someone baking cakes. You're baking cakes and your target audience, people you have in your online space, people you have around you are aged people that shouldn't even be consuming sugar, are people that are supposed to probably be taking some other thing like glutens, or do you understand what I'm trying to say? So how can a business owner, an entrepreneur, understand their target audience, and how can they manage this? And if you can also mention how important it is to understand one's target audience, because for me, I feel that is the most important thing in trying to make sales, trying to create value in that space for your brand.
So recognizing your target audience is not something you just wake up and write down, right? You start from what are your company visions, what are your missions. If you take your time to go through this, you are able to determine the kind of people that you are specifically trying to reach. Now, understanding the exact people you're trying to reach allows you to draw out a proper plan for where are these people? Where can I see them? Okay, so I have drawn out my business plans and my vision, my mission, and I found out that, oh, my customers are between the ages of 20 to 25. Where can I see them? Oh, if I go to Unilag Sports Center, I should be able to meet them. Oh, this set of people are more, they are always on WhatsApp, or they are always on Instagram, they're always on TikTok. So what I want to do is do everything to make sure that I reach them exactly where they are. So the target audience is a big English that people use but do not really understand. They think it's just about sitting and thinking, okay, I just want to sell to 20 people. No, that's not how it works. So you want to, demystify your business vision, your mission, those exactly you want to sell to. You want to really identify them, not by saying it, but by breaking things down. And then you find out where they are, you determine how to reach them, and then you go ahead and get them.
Before we go for a break, and probably Blossom has a question to ask. So now, what are the, simply put, what are the do's and don'ts for businesses? What are the things you should not even be found doing, and things that you might likely be doing or should be doing as a brand owner?
All right, so I say this all the time. Every business thrives on integrity. So if your business has zero integrity, you cannot build on anything, because people, the few people you have interacted with, they're already worried that we don't even know whether they will lie to us. We cannot even trust their words. So the first thing you want to make sure you do as a business owner is get it right where integrity is concerned. So you want to be as open as possible to your clients, to your audience. Let it be know that they know that, oh, that brand, if you contact them, they're going to tell you the truth. Oh, they may be expensive, but at least you're going to know exactly what your problems are. You're going to know if they tell you this thing is like this, you're going to meet it like that. So as a business owner, you don't want to be found as a dishonest person, or you don't want your brand to be associated with dishonesty. So you want to make sure that your integrity stands. Once you're able to clear that, to bring in clients, it may take a while, it may take time, but surely over time, you will build the brand, you build the clientele, it will grow, because even the person that contacted you 10 years ago knows that if they contact you today, that brand is still the same.
Olajumoke, can we have her back on the screen? Can we have her back? All right, Olajumoke, thank you for still standing by. Well, let's go on with, let's talk about you now as a business person. Let's use some of your experience, to teach people who are trying to venture into business or already into business. And the question is, the first thing is, how does it feel when you get a good feedback from your clients, from your customers? Like maybe you're into, you have a traveling agency, and I know you're also a fashionista, you're into that, you're also hair and everything. So when you do something for a customer, a client, and she's like, oh wow, she's excited and all of that, how do you respond to that first? Then the back end is, how do you now respond to criticism? Constructive or not constructive? When someone says, I don't like this hair, please lose it. Or, this clothes you got is not what I ordered. What I saw, the color was purple, but now it's looking like fuchsia pink, and, you just have to find a way around it. So how do you manage these two clients having two different entire feedbacks? How do you handle them?
All right. So one thing is, when you have, it can be fine, because I personally, from experience, know that one satisfied client is like 200 more clients. Now, the good thing about a satisfied client being your ad spanner is that whoever a satisfied client spoke to about your business, when the person comes to you, they're not asking questions. That person did the job. You're just, at this point, it's just like you're harvesting where you did not sow. And this happens with service business, even buying and selling. They just trust you, because the person that mentioned to them is probably someone that lives beside their house, or someone that is their church member that they already trusted. So that person saying, contact Amoye Travels. When you're contacting Amoye Travels, you're doing it because you already know that it is a done deal. Now, this makes me very happy as a business owner, because that is like the best way to build customer base, because you don't want to be doing ads for the rest of your life. You want these things to spiral from people telling people and telling people and telling people. You want to make sure you keep your clients from 10 years ago. You're not looking for new clients every day. You want your old clients to be able to come back. Now, for criticism from customers, I mean, you're not jollof rice. You cannot make everybody happy. But apart from that, you need to also understand that some criticisms are very necessary to help you check where your business might be lacking. I mean, you're a CEO, and best believe you're not everywhere. There are clients that it is your staff that interacted with, and you only just supervised it and move on. So when you have a client complaint, you want to, honestly attend to it. Check what they're saying. Are there any truths in it? Is this something that your company should take responsibility for? Because if you should, if it means that your office did something wrong, then you should take responsibility. I mean, you see, every business should have a refund policy. All those, we don't refund, we don't accept changes. It is not something that any business that is planning to grow a brand should be doing. You should have a refund policy, and you should listen to your clients. I still do not think that all customers are right, but you must put in the work to make sure that at least 99.9% of your customers are right. So when they say they're happy, you want to be sure they're really happy. Yeah, because people give reviews when they are not even happy. They just give it so that whatever, maybe they think they get favor from you or not. So yes, you want to make sure that your customers are always right most of the time.
To go, and I like the angle where you brought it from, where you made note of when you make somebody happy. Definitely, the person has advertised free promo for you. So you have, making one person happy is like having 200 happy customers who are coming to you without even judging you or asking you if you can do it. They just want you to just do it. But one customer who is bad, like you said, you have to embrace criticism, from people, because that's another way to know the loopholes in your businesses, or maybe the mistakes if it's, becoming too much. But another thing you said is not all customers are right, which of course when you go to some companies or you go to some places and you see a customer complaining, you hear some bosses telling the staff to make sure to know that all customers are very right, which you just said now you don't agree with. But that's another thing we'll come back to, because we customers, we don't agree with you.
We don't agree.
We don't agree with you. We are right.
We are right. And it's all right. We are right and it's all right.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, let's leave that for later. Because of our time, we'll just have to let you go. But we'd like to say thank you so much, Olajumoke, for being in the program and telling us, of course, things, pros and cons of businesses, and of course, how to handle challenges when you have to, and changing the fact that it's not only passion that makes you go into business. Avoiding to make sure you do not get poor. It's another good passion one should have to start a business. Thank you so much, Olajumoke.
Thank you for having me.
Have a lovely day. Thank you.
You too.
All right, well, that is about, but honestly, I feel like people who have businesses or customers misuse that word of customers are always right. You see some customers that are rude. Okay, let's assume I'm making my nails and I already see you're making the blue tip. And I notice that's not the design I want. I'll not allow you to finish. And I'll tell you, no, this is not what I want.
But you saw me when I was...
But you saw me. So now it's customer rights in that part.
I think that actually means that as a business owner, you should try to be subtle with your customers. Okay. There's a way you converse with them. You don't necessarily have to be rude or try to shut down how they feel. There are good customers relationship that you can build. Yeah. When you see that they actually saw that you were painting the blue and they didn't say anything, just kindly tell them, why didn't you mention that you didn't want this? Okay, I'm sorry about that.
So what about business like I'm not paying for it?
No, ma'am, please, you will pay.
No, you see that.
No, you say it calmly. You say, man, no, you're going to pay.
My sister, when the person is about to take the bag and go,
no, sit. Let me repolish this for you, but you're going to pay. Trust me.
Repolish. Don't say I don't have time. I have an appointment. I told you I don't have time.
That time will come. Trust me.
You see what I'm saying?
Honestly, it takes a lot of patience to deal with so many people.
Oh, I've seen other people that you make some certain kind of braids that have taken hours. It's just like, this is not what I want. No, what's this? No, this is not what I. And you'd be like, okay, you know what? The person out of care and concern is not what you want. I'm not gonna pay for this. You already heard I'm not gonna pay. That thing sends
triggers you.
It triggers you, and you're like, okay, you know what, ma'am? I'll lose your hair. I'm like, no, I don't have time yet. Auntie, I will lose that hair.
You want to pay me my attachment and everything, and you will not pay. And those are the kind of people that would always be on the mirror.
Of course, 247.
Is this
the length?
And you didn't say anything till the hair was done. Oh my goodness.
I think I want to agree small, just a little bit with Olajumoke. Customers are not always right. There are some customers that are not customers. They are there to take your mood away.
To frustrate
you. So, but anyways, like she said, there are pros and cons to businesses. So you just have to know that customers are not always right, but they are right. Right? I don't know how you have to fix that. Like I said, we'll have to bring it back to, give us more expansion on that particular slogan that customers are always right. Well, I think we have to draw the curtain. Or you have something else you want to say?
No, I think that's
nothing.
All.
Okay, all right. We'll be ending the program right now because we have another program coming up where we talk about what's buzzing and trending on social media. I'm still your host, Rose Blossom Moy.